and welcome to a Class 66 Rocks Farming Mini-Series review. Now in this review I'm taking a look at an incredible model. In fact, the company that produces tractors in real life, I don't think this particular model has been out that long. I think it's about 2013, something like that. So without further ado, let's get on with today's review then. So, let's push the box into view. As you can see today, we have a Siku Control 32 radio controlled John Deere 7R with front loader. And if I just zoom the camera in, you can see we have an image of the John Deere on the front and the description down there that says John Deere 7R with front loader. It has the product number 6777. Now it's styled in a different sort of box than some of the other models. Some are a flat box with a pull-off lid, as you may have seen in my other review. Now the Scania which I reviewed last, if you watch that review you'll have seen that the box was quite big for that, but this is a shorter box this time. So as you can see, it's by Siku, and if we just look down there, we can see it's got working lights, etc. It's metal and plastic parts and in 1/32 scale. So just zoom back out again for a minute. Okay, so if we turn the box round to the side, so as you can see on the side here, we have an image of the John Deere when it's got all its lights on, with the front loader lowered. But when I'm running it, I'll show you it running with the front loader up and the front loader down. And again, we've got the product code 6777. Turning the box round to the back now, as you can see, if I just hold it at an angle like so and just tilt the camera down, you can see all the different functions on the back that we've got. So we've got working lights, indicators, lights around the cab as well. So it's got quite a lot more than some of the other models which I've reviewed, as you can see just there. So if we just zoom that out again, and we'll just bring the camera back round. So what we'll do now, we will take the tractor out of the box and take a look at it. So after I've done the review, we'll pause the video and then we'll go on to the running of the model. So if we just undo this box, and we'll have a look what we've got inside it. So the first thing that we have here is the instruction manual for the John Deere. Now this basically just tells you how to operate it. So you've also got how to put the battery in, how to take the shovel off the front of the front loader, how to put the batteries into the remote control. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, but it is in all different languages, as you can tell. So we'll put that to one side for a minute. So let's take this lid off here, this, well, foam tray should I say, and put it to one side. So next we have some stickers for the remote control, D and P. Now I'm not going to stick these particular ones on, because obviously I've operated Siku models in the past, so I know how the remote controls work. Next we have the new style remote controller. Well, remote control, not remote controller should I say. I have put batteries in this because I've been using it to test it out when I had it, but if you press the power button there, you can see it illuminates red, so we'll just switch that back off again. But here we've got the controls for the channels A, B, C and scan. We've got the lights and the cab lights on the top there, as well as the indicators on the left and right hand sides. We've got the steering control on the right, and this particular one is used if you've got an implement on the back of the tractor. And we've also got the lift control for the lifting mechanism on the back, and we've got the forward and reverse control on the top, as well as the infrared receiver just there, as you can see. So these wheels here, these control the front loader, but you'll see that in operation when we come to run the tractor itself. Okay, so moving on, so let's just move this box out of the way and place this tray down for a minute. So let's take this out and let's just put this foam tray to one side as well. So as you can see, here we have the John Deere 7R. It has got quite a bit of weight to it. It's not lightweight at all. I'm not too sure if I can lift that. Yes I can. I'll just lift that up slightly so we can review it. So as you can see, it's an absolutely outstanding model. So we'll start with the front. And let's try and get that to go up a little bit more. Now usually I don't think it's supposed to do that without it switched on. But I want to show you the front of the tractor, so I've just had to lift it manually. It does lower back down again, so it won't do any harm to the model. So starting with the front, so as you can see we've got a tilting shovel on the front loader. You can see we've got some LED headlights on the left and right hand sides. We've got a John Deere logo in the middle, and this front weight here. Now this can be adjusted on these two pins, so you can either lift it up and put it there, or pull it forward and lock it down. But we've had it just there for the time being. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to lower the front loader again, so I can show you the rest of the tractor from the front. So as you can see, if I just zoom the camera in a bit, I'll just have to lower the model down so it gets into the camcorder screen. You can see we've got the cab lights just on the top here. Those both light up, and the beacons on the top of the cab roof do as well, but we will get back to the beacons in a moment. If you can hear a dog barking, that's actually my puppy, so that's probably the postman just arrived or something. So taking a look at the side of the tractor now, you can see we have the John Deere logo on the front loader just there. We've also got the mechanism which allows the front loader to lift and lower. If we just zoom, oops, wrong direction, zoom back out again. So if I just lift the front loader up slightly, you can see just in the corner there we have the John Deere wording, if you can see that. We've also got the indicators and a light on the front of the cab just there, but those unfortunately don't light up. So I do apologise for my dog barking if you can hear her. I mean, I've got my bedroom door shut, so it's not interfering with the review too much. So as you can see now, moving along, we've got the cab interior just inside there, and these mirrors here do actually pull in and out, so you can fold them in and you can also pull them out, but I've left them pulled out for this particular reason. And as you can also see, we've got some steps where the driver climbs up into the cab. So turning the tractor round to the back now, as you can see on the back, starting with the cab roof, we have the beacons. Now they both light up. We've also got the cab lights round the back here on the roof of the cab. Now these particular ones, I don't think they light up, it's just the ones on the front that light. And looking at the box, which I'm just going to quickly take a look at, yes, those ones don't light up, so it's just the front ones that do. So as you can see, we've got the indicators and the brake lights on the left and right hand sides. Now those both light up, And we've also got the battery compartment, which is under here where this screw is. Now I've actually put it in already, so you usually unscrew that. I think this pulls down or up or something like that, and you put the battery inside there. But as you can also see, we've got the mechanism on the back here, which lifts and lowers once the remote's switched on. So turning, in fact I'll just tilt it, make sure there's nothing else under there to show you. No, there isn't. So turning the tractor around to the other side now, as you can see, there's nothing much different on this side actually. We've got some chunky wheels, which I forgot to mention on the other side, but you'd expect them anyway. We've also got the exhaust pipe, is it? Just there. And again we've got the John Deere wording, which is just hidden, as you can see. We've also got the retractable mirrors on this side again, which fold in and push out, but we're going to leave them pushed out for the time being. And again we have the John Deere logo on the front of the front loader just there. So that's the review out of the way of the John Deere 7R with front loader. So now we will move on to the running video. Hey everyone, so what we're going to do now is we're going to run the John Deere 7R with the front loader. So I'm going to be doing different angles within my room. So we've switched the remote control on, we've switched the tractor on. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to bring the model forward with the front loader lowered so you can see the model a bit better. So if we just stop it about there. Okay, so as you were told about in the review half, the front loader moves up and down. So the left dial wheel controls the shovel like so, as you can see with me tilting, and the right hand one lifts the front loader up and down, as you can see. So if we just lower it there, and as you can see it tips and then goes back to the original position. So while we've got the tractor like this, let's switch the lights on. So as you can see we've got the front lights on there, which must be on the side. So then you go to like your main beam, and you've also got these two little spotlights that light up down here as well. So if we press it a third time, you can see the cab lights light up as well, the top lights light up. So if we just lower that, and if you can just see there, if we just zoom in a bit, you can see the two spots on the top are lit up. So now if we just zoom over to where the beacons are, if we just watch that, so you can either have them flashing on and off, or you can have them flashing in a continuous pattern, as you can see. So we'll have them flashing in a continuous pattern for this video. So what I'll do now, I will lift the front loader back up again, and I'll just move the model back, and I'll do a running loop past the camera at different speeds so you can see the model, and I'll also bring it in at different angles so you can see the full features of it. So let's start off going slow. So we'll back it up a bit, and we'll just slowly go past the camera. So let's back it up now so you can see the back of the tractor. So as you can see there, we've got the brakes and the indicators. So if you can see on the left there, that's now flashing. If we switch that one off and go to the right hand one, you can see that one's now flashing. And if you knock them both on together, you can see that the hazard lights are now flashing on the back of the tractor. So we'll switch those off and we'll carry on running the tractor. So what I'll do now, I'll just show you the shovel in operation as you've previously seen. So we'll switch the lights off for a minute so you can see the front of the tractor. So we'll run it round again. So I'll just bring the tractor into view so you can see the front of it. Now we'll back it up and we'll come the other way around. So what I'll do now, I'll back it up again and I'll run it forwards with the front loader lowered so you can see what sort of action it would have if it was shoveling the load. And we'll just tilt the bucket a bit more there so it's not quite dragging on the floor. So we'll just lower the forks again and switch the lights on to just the side lights now so you can see the different lights in action. So we'll just raise the fork so you can see that. So as you can see now we have side lights, main beam and the spots, and also the cabs, and also the beacons on the top are flashing. So we'll switch those off. So what I'll do now, I will zoom in on the tractor over there and film it as it is coming towards the camera. And again, going back. Okay, so that is it basically. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. So that's the John Deere 7R with front loader in the Siku Control 32 range.